And hey again, everyone. Welcome back to more wonderful, amazing, and amazingly wonderful. Am I close enough? No, I'm gonna move a little farther. Alpha Centauri. Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri. We are the University of Planet, and things are going. I'm gonna label them good. There we are. That'll keep that new building, a new base, occupied for a while.
Production complete.
Ooh, the biology lab. Let's queue up a colony pod, holograms, and a neural amplifier, as one does.
Mod recovered. Production complete.
An alien node. I wonder if I can. I wonder if it'll make the trip.
Production complete.
I got a sea base. I've got some land bases. One other feature that, of course, would be nice, and if they'd, or they did include, right, is that you can't scroll in and out. This is as much as you get. Also, all the cities kind of look the same. There's a little bit of difference, but not much. That is definitely something that Beyond Earth, which I have been, of course, comparing the two things to. Who? Oh, you.
Indigenous life form.
Costly salt.
Indigenous life.
Oh no!
Production complete.
The hologram theater. Biology lab. Hab complex. Get that. Maybe. Ooh, a bioenhancement plus 2 morale. Oh. As you can see, we got some talents. Nerve staple. No, I'm not going to nerve staple.
Until quite
complete.
recently,
Oh.
spider silk had the highest tensile strength of any substance known to man, and the name silk steel pays homage to the arachnid for good reason.
Yay, arachnids!
Brother Lal, UN Scientific Survey.
So we have better metal now. Silk steel garrisons. Better impact, better ships. Very nice. All right. With this guy, with this new unit, let's send you south, I think. Right there. Native life back to normal. Okay, that's good. Give me another farmer and another colony pod. And a hab complex and a bioenhancement center.
Production complete.
Yes, peacekeepers. Your research proceeding to my my research is proceeding to my satisfaction. Oh, I've got might potent compared to his might of wanting. Have you heard of it from Santiago? You know what? I will share her comm frequency. Yeah, you got plasma, that's fine. I'm not intimidated by your plasma. No! The ancient alien probe! Or whatever it was.
The Constitution and government is that whenever public needs permit, all citizens should be free, so far as possible, to withdraw their time and energy from the service of the body and devote themselves to the freedom and culture of the mind. For that, they think, is the real happiness of life. Sir Thomas More, Utopia, Data Links.
You know, I should, because I've read some of these books. I've read The Art of War. I've read The Prince. I've read various books on various time periods. I should look some of these books like Utopian. I should look them up. Anyhow, let's go in. You're making a planetary. Sure.
Production complete.
Stay with that. Budushi Devor sounds good. And there you go.
Turn complete. Production
The genetic
complete.
code does not and cannot specify the nature and position of every capillary in the body or every neuron in the brain. What it can do is describe the underlying fractal pattern which creates them. Academician Prokhor Zakharov, Nonlinear Genetics.
I don't know if that's true. I don't know much about the specifics of what the genetic code actually says. That said, we can do more nutrients per square now.
Turn complete.
Conceivably. So if I go and say here, see, 4. No, instead of 3.
Production complete.
Alright, we got another one of you guys. I'm gonna send you. If I send you there, you're only contesting 1 square with the Copernic. I'm gonna send you there.
Turn complete. Project complete. Initiated. Production complete.
Oh, the planetary transit system goes to Morgan Industries. They seem to be our main competitor in this run. As this has vanished and the people can flow freely from place to place, society will cross a psychological specific heat boundary and enter a new state. No more solid or liquid, we have become as a vapor and will expand to fill all available space. And like a gas, we shall not be easily contained. Go forth and be fruitful indeed. Oh, but then we've got the Hunter-Seeker algorithm, I think, is the superior tech.
If I determine the enemy's disposition of forces while I have no perceptible form, I can concentrate my forces while the enemy is fragmented. The pinnacle of military deployment approaches the formless. If it is formless, then even the deepest spy cannot discern it, nor the wise make plans against it. Sun Tzu, The Art of War, Data Links.
Speaking of the Art of War, yes. So, remember that big weakness of being the Academy that we talked about? How it was easy for probe teams to infiltrate me?
Population reached.
Well, we don't have that issue anymore, do we? Alright, but I did hit my max pop, so we're going to do that, and that. Throw in those. But most importantly, the Hab complex, so we can have more people. Because remember, people can't live in the atmosphere that we have on Alpha Centauri in this game. Alright, let's change that then to the neural amplifier.
Project initiated.
Important? Yes.
That's not good.
Critical. Absolutely. I would go so far as to say that superconducting fiber alone makes our present economy possible. CEO Mabudu K. Morgan. Morgan Link 3D Vision live interview.
Production complete.
I have a terrible feeling of what that worm is going to do. But we'll make climactic research.
Production complete.
Indeed. It did indeed attack the observatory and kill many people. Let's change that to a... one of you. You know what? We're going to buy it.
Request confirmation. Production complete. Turn complete.
Gotta be careful sometimes. horrible mind worms killed who knows how many people there. Not pleasant. Not pleasant at all.
Production complete. Production complete.
Yes to all. Yes, we need to modernize our weaponry. Yes, we need to modernize our weaponry. The laser skim ship, yeah, we'll modernize that.
Our ancestors
The fusion
harnessed the
reactor.
power of a sun, and so again shall we. Commissioner Prevenlaw, the science of our fathers.
This is, of course, one of the interesting aspects is while they landed with a technological base intact, that doesn't necessarily mean that you have the civilization, like the infrastructure necessary to produce some of what we would have had on Earth. But now they have figured out how to do it on planet. Gatling foils.
Production complete.
All right, and I'm gonna go back to my HQ. There we go. Let's upgrade these ECM Sentinels to those guys. And we're going to upgrade these guys to those guys. Then we're gonna upgrade my C-formers to the superior C-former. There we are.
Production complete. Drone riots.
Oh no! Mirror lab. Zoom to patient control. Alright, so we're gonna, I believe I want to delete that one. Yeah.
Production complete. Turn complete.
Do I need more soldiers there, maybe? Would that do the job?
Production complete. Drone riots. Production complete.
The Glick clustering to the Gaians.
Turn complete.
Alright.
Request confirmation.
A ship at sea is its own world. To be the captain of a ship is to be the unquestioned ruler of that world and requires all of the leadership skills of a prince or minister.
Yeah, that's why that you throw people overboard
Santiago, leadership and the sea.
when people ever contest you, just like a king would.
Production complete.
Okay, gotta make sure I've got plenty of... Ooh.
Production complete.
Let's You know what? Maritime Control Center.
Production complete.
And I think I fixed my labs. The Gaians have lost the force primeval to the hive. Looks like, indeed, a mighty war rages beyond my borders.
The eyes fooled. But how can we be sure our senses are not being deceived at any particular time, or even all the time? Might I just be a brain in a tank somewhere, tricked all my life into believing in the events of this world by some insane computer? And does my life gain or lose meaning based on my reaction to such solipsism? Project Piro, Specimen 46, VAT 7. Activity recorded mission year 2302-22467. Termination of specimen advised.
Oh, that is dark. So basically, this is referring to the problem of hard solipsism, or the simulation theory. The idea that those are different things, but anyways, basic idea, like it said there. For all we know, we're in the Matrix, and we don't know any different. And how does that change if everything we do has, who knows? Like with the Matrix, while the facts of their situation were different, the rules under which they thought reality operated remain the same. That doesn't have to be the case. The fundamental nature of reality could be so completely different to what our simulation indicates it to be. To the extent that one might even claim you have no real knowledge. It's an interesting thought. I take the pragmatic approach that most people do, that by necessity, since I'm stuck dealing with whatever the reality seems to be until somebody can show me a way out, I have to treat it as the reality I'm stuck with, or can show me that it's not the real one. Alright, let's go into base control. Let's queue up a colony pod, because I do love my colony pods. And one of those, and one of those, and maybe a naval yard.
Turn complete.
The prevalence of anoxic environments, rich in organic material, combined with the presence of nitrated compounds, has led to an astonishing variety of underground organisms, which live in the absence of oxygen and breathe nitrate. Likewise, the scarcity of carbon in the environment has forced plants to economize on its use. Thus, all our efforts to return carbon to the biosphere will encourage the native life to proliferate. Conversely, the huge quantities of nitrate in the soil will be heaven to human farmers. Lady Deidre Sky, The Early Years.
Yeah, like I talked about how all these games have this game has such great depth to it, right? It's from Lady Deidre. She's talking about the nature stuff, which is very in character for her. And clearly, this particular book, which is different from some of the other quotes she has, is like a memoir. Her talking about, the early days of adapting to a foreign world. Oh, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Ooh. All right.
Production complete.
So you, buddy, we can send your... You can colonize... You know what? I think... Right there, maybe? Actually, right here wouldn't be bad. Move unit here.
Production complete.
And you can go up the coast a bit. Right here.
Turn complete.
A brave little theory, and actually quite coherent for a system of 5 or 7 dimensions, if only we lived in one. Academician Prokhor Zakharov. Now we are alone.
Production complete. Turn complete. Turn complete.
Force
Turn
expands.
complete. Turn complete. Turn complete. indigenous life forms.
Horrible
Civilian
mindworms.
workers got in among the research patients today and became so hysterical I felt compelled to have them nerve stapled. The consequence, of course, will be another public relations nightmare. But I was severely shaken by the extent of their revulsion towards a project so vital to our survival. CEO Nwabuda K. Morgan, The Personal Diary.
All right, so I want to cover this briefly. Ooh. And we're going to go find out. We're going to talk about nerve stapling. In the darkness, something goes bop, and you are lying on your back on a hillside among the soft orange and purple tendrils of a vast fungal forest. The sound of running water gurgles loudly in the vicinity of your right ear, but you cannot identify the source. Panic occurs briefly in the authorities. You realize you have no filter mask or oxygen tank, just only a work suit, but breath comes easily. You detect no sign of nitrogen narcosis. From somewhere a voice seems to whisper, Earth Zarkov. But perhaps it's only the breeze. Time passes and you notice that the fungus is growing perceptibly. The spores gently nudging you as they slowly stretch and twist. Fungal bloom. Panic returns full force, and you struggle to free yourself from the emerging tendrils. Earth Zarkov! The voice again, more insistent. The last tendrils break, and you are free and dashing across the endless field of purple and orange. Earth Zarkov, beware! From close behind you then, discontinuity. In the darkness, something goes pop. On your back in the gene therapy tank, the gauze restraints start retracting. The running fluid of the tank gurgles away through the tube behind your head, and you slowly sit up. 4 weeks of your life, once every 20 years you spend in this state, a small price to pay for mortality, or something close to it. A half-removed dream tugs at you as you pull on a clean work suit, but you cannot recapture it. So in the Civilization games, first of all, I like what they did here. You play one leader that rules as some sort of immortal god for thousands of years. In this, they're like, no. You have special gene therapy tanks, and it takes you several weeks every 10 years, and it maintains your life to some degree. Fungus. All right, well, that was surprising. Menu, HQ. Is that the one I want? Is it game? Data links, yes. No. Nerve gas pods. Nope. Basic concepts. Advanced concepts. All categories. Is it society effects? There we are. Drone rights. Drones and that's. Where is it then? So models, remains facilities. Is it drones? No, bureaucracy, factory power. No, peace can tell for first round up. Let's see, yada yada. Strange. Anyways, so nerve stapling. Yeah, nerve stapling. Oh, well, I guess they don't have full. Strange. Mendeleev College. Or is there?
Fossil fuels in the last century reached their extreme prices because of their inherent utility. They pack a great deal of potential energy into an extremely efficient package. If we can but sidestep the 100 million year production process, we can corner this market once again. CEO Nwabuduke Morgan, strategy session.
Well, let's maybe, well, build.
Production complete.
So, nerve staple. So, apparently it doesn't tell that. But, yeah, nerve stapling. It's, as near as I can tell, yeah, they do, it's kind of like, what is the term when they wreck your brain with surgery? Ah, well, can't find the words. You know what? Given the time, I can find those words off screen. So we'll come back shortly, and I'll tell you all about nerve stapling. So, good times ahead. Bye.